Hey everyone, Square Peg Square Hole coming to you live today from school number 2 of the Quaker Consortium, school number 2 of the BICO, school number 2 of the TRICO. Okay, hope you're paying attention to playing this game later, because I'm going to ask you which schools fit under each of those categories. So as you can see behind me, I'm at Haverford College. So Haverford used to be an all-men's college. It was the complement, if you will, to Bryn Mawr. Back in the 70s, it went co-ed. So now you can be female, male, either way. It's actually more female these days than male. Interesting little tidbit there. Interesting campus. If you've ever been to St. Olaf, they actually gave me a little bit of the same kind of feel as St. Olaf, which is in Minnesota. In terms of the buildings, they worked really hard, looks like, to keep the same look and feel of the buildings. So very much that Gothic sense again. Big, huge campus. Arboretum, National Register. Again, if you're playing the game and you know one of the other ones, put it into the comments and I'll let you know if you're right. Shout out to Liz Glasser and her mom. So she knows what I'm talking about, and the rest of you need to figure that out, why I'm talking about National Register of Arboretums. Beautiful campus, and you could do a self-guided tour of all the trees. And the flora and fauna. How cool. Actually, just the flora. All right, so what else do you need to know about this school? Haverford is an undergrad-only college, so all you see are undergrads, no grad students here. 1,400 of them. It is located just outside of Philadelphia. And really, the two words that came up over and over and over here were agency and voice. So what does that mean? Well, similar to Bryn Mawr, this is a Quaker institution. The Student Government Association is very, very active here. They have a plenary, so you have to have a quorum. About 60% of the students have to show up, and they do things like ratify the honor code. They ask for changes to be made to the way the school is run. One of the things they were talking about here is minimum wage. Could we raise it? Can we have free transportation in and out of the city when we need it? So different kinds of things that really impact the student experience is what the plenary is really about. What are they known for? Well, it's a liberal arts college, so therefore you're going to expect to see things like physics, math, woohoo, biology, psych, poli-sci, comp-sci, peace and justice. Similar to Bryn Mawr, you have the opportunity to take classes at the different schools. So a couple of the majors do overlap, like our environmental studies overlaps, linguistics overlaps. But you can major in a subject here or at Bryn Mawr, or at Swarthmore, and still get the credit for it. So something to keep in mind. 1905, little tidbit, they played the first ever intercollegiate soccer game with Haverford, went with Harvard. Okay, so that's kind of fun. Don't know who won, but maybe somebody could figure that out for me. They used to have a football team. They gave that up in 1972, but that's okay because they have varsity cricket, the only one in the country. Woo. They also have fencing. You know I love my fencing. They have crew, so they have tons of sports here. Just no football, but you can still find plenty to entertain yourself and being on campus. Honor code, like at Bryn Mawr, very big, so it's both academic and social. It really guides how you take care of your academics, or making sure you don't cheat, no plagiarism, but it really fosters a collaborative over competitive environment, so people don't talk grades, right? But they do work really hard together to make sure that you're learning and succeeding here. Something else that you might want to keep in mind is a very residential campus. So 90+% of the students live on campus. You're guaranteed all 4 years. Little interesting tidbit. 40% of the faculty live on campus. So they have some really cool buildings that faculty can live in. It's tough to get into, as you might expect for some of the liberal arts schools. This one's about 14% accept rate, high SAT, ACT scores. If you choose to send them, they are optional. But if you want to come, definitely do an interview. Highly recommended, because they want to get a chance to know who you are and to really explore your interests and why you would be a good fit here. So you should be really clear on that and understand what makes a school like this right for you, as opposed to either another liberal arts school or even a big SUNY or a big public, right? So why would you want to come here? Well, the answer is because you tend to be a progressive, friendly student who has a huge level of learning, and it's that community sense. That's why you would want to come here. So who else has come here over the years? Well, the gentleman who invented carbon fiber, Roger Bacon, so my husband loves that for his bicycle. Right? A lot of CEOs from here have also graduated, 5 Nobel laureates, so it's a pretty impressive group. So mission and motto, Haverford College offers students better learning for broader impact as scholars, creators, citizens, and practitioners. Interesting. Committed to critical inquiry and ethical practice in local and global settings. Inclusive intellectual learning community prepares students for lives of integrity, ambition, and purpose. Wow, sounds really Quaker, right? So it's that whole sense of learning and taking it back out. Very similar in some ways to my Jesuit schools, my St. Augustinian schools. So if you love that kind of feel, if that's what you're all about, this might be the place for you. All right, we got